Welcome back to another episode of, what do I call this? Daily Devlog? For the past 2 YouTube videos I've created, they were both rather nonsensical. I basically just recorded myself working through the week and edit all the videos sort of randomly. I try to make it fun to watch, and thus began my journey to find answers. But I soon realized that this approach would lead to major problems in the future. While I had plenty of new footage to show before, as I upload more and more frequently, that is simply not the case. And that is just the nature of development. There isn't always going to have something interesting for the viewers to watch. By creating a weekly devlog, I've basically cornered myself to creating only flashy things, and so the solution I've come up with is to create a topic that I can do perhaps weekly. It's as follows. First, I'll identify the problem that I faced this week, and whether or not I've found a solution. And yeah, that's about it. So for this week's topic, I'll be going over how I created a multi-room level puzzle for my game. Here you can see a prototype of the puzzle that I made in Blender. And you can see each of the rooms should slide in their own axes. And I had no idea how I would implement this into Unity, so I had to break it down real quick. So in total, there are 5 rooms. There is one at the top, middle, at the bottom, and there's one on the left and right. All the vertical rooms will be resting on the y-axis, and all the horizontal room will be resting on the x-axis, as illustrated above. The player will be standing in front of the 5 room, where they are allowed to control the room by moving it up, down, left, and right. However, they can only move the rooms along the axis they rest on. So for instance, the top, middle, and bottom room can only move along the y-axis, and the left, middle, and right room can only move along the x-axis. Of course, what you're seeing right now is not how it is in the beginning. At the start, it looks something more like this. After many hours of research and development, I finally managed to get the rooms to move along its axis. Here's what I did to make everything work. First, I created 5 cubes that represented each of the rooms. Then I created 2 colliders, one for the horizontal axis and one for the vertical axis. I then created 2 arrays, one for each axis, the x-axis and the y-axis. The arrays help store information of which direction each room can move in. To better understand what we're getting at, we're going to number the rooms from 0 to 4. On the x-axis array, we're going to have room 1, 2, and 3. As for the y-axis array, we're going to have 0, 2, and 4. When we shift the rooms around, the index of the arrays will change according to the rooms inside the collider. So now the y-axis array will contain 0, 1, and 4. The x-axis array will remain the same. One problem you're going to find yourself running into is that players might start shifting the rooms while there are 2 rooms still in the collider, or the rooms haven't fully shifted yet. So now in the y-axis array, you're going to have room 0, 1, 2, and 4. This is not what we want, because now you're going to get something like this. This is caused by the room still being in the collider, and when the collider shifts, all the room inside shifts as well. To fix this problem, I actually created a boolean called isMoving. So this boolean actually returns true whenever one axis is moving. So for example, if the x-axis is moving, then isMoving will return true, else it will return false. Now another problem that might occur is that the rooms might go out of bound, which means if the players choose to keep moving the room left or right, up or down, eventually the rooms will go out of the collider, causing the rooms to be stationary when you move it back. So to fix this problem, I actually had to create a second boolean called the edge. I then created a variable that tracks the center of all the rooms to calculate whether a room has shifted or not. And if the rooms have shifted, then we're going to tell edge that yes, we are at the edge. And if we're at the edge, we're going to stop players from moving any further than the edge. And if you put all the knowledge together and put a few hours in making some map designs, then you're gonna have something that looks a bit like this.